Okay, I don't know how many we have here. I'll give everybody a few minutes to get on here. Okay, ladies, tonight we are talking about making makeup tutorials and also some different techniques to do. So, okay. So one of the biggest things that we want that is very important with tutorials is lighting. Lighting is a huge thing. I always try to face a window, not direct sunlight. You don't want shadows in your eyes. You don't want to be blinded or have like bright spots and dark spots, like being kind of half shade, half light. So you always want to have good direct or good diffused light. So I have really good lighting in my kitchen, so I tend to usually use like my kitchen table there, like in front of the window facing it with like my white curtain drawn. So that kind of helps diffuse the light, give really good lighting. Because lighting can make or break a video. And if you're trying to do a foundation video and you're trying to show the awesome coverage, but you're in like yellow bathroom lighting, anything like that, it's really going to cut down on the effectiveness of the video. Case in point here, my horrible spare bedroom lighting, like fluorescent light bulb up in the ceiling, not good lighting, like it's shadowy and not good. So yeah, that's going to always be your best lighting. So really, unless you have studio lighting or you know, like a whole lighting setup, you usually are going to have to do them during the day when there's good light. So yeah, lighting will be the biggest one, and then angle is going to be your next one. You do not want to be like, you really don't want it to be like at an upward angle, so it's like this on you. It's not good for anyone. That's not a good look for anyone. You don't want it pointing up at you or like a weird side where there's shadowy. Your best light is going to be slightly above you, or your best angle is going to be slightly above you and kind of pointing down, but not super high up, and you don't want it really far away. You want it nice and close to you, like not much further than how I am right now. Because if you're a lot further, it's going to be hard for them to see. So you want to be at least as close as I am to the camera now. So I'm just like maybe less than 2 feet away from the camera, roughly. So that's a good distance from that. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the background of your thing. See, right now I have just blank wall behind me, so there's nothing distracting from actually doing the makeup. So yeah, the blank wall, or at least a clean, non-cluttered background. So, you know, if you do it in your bathroom and that happens to be where you have good light and you have, you know, stuff all over the countertops and all of that, you don't want to, sorry, some people are having some trouble logging on. One second here, let me post the link for other people. Okay. So yeah, background is very, very important. You don't want piles of dirty laundry, like messy bathroom countertops, food out. You don't want to, so if you're doing it in your kitchen, have the countertops clean. If you're using your bathroom, have the countertops clean. You know, don't have dirty clothes laying everywhere and all of that. If you're in your bedroom, there's piles of stuff on the floor. You know, make your bed, make it look nice, even if you're throwing everything in the other corner that you can't see. But yeah, background is very, very important for a video, because if it's cluttery, distracting, anything like that, it's not going to be very good for your video. It will kind of take it down a notch and not make it as nice. Another thing is be very prepared for your video. Kind of rehearse what you're going to say, jot down some notes of key points, like the order you're going to do something in, plan it out, have all of your stuff lined up for it. So, you know, as the order you're going to do stuff in, have it lined up. So it's right there accessible. Double check that you have everything before you start. It's also going to save you if you can do it through without having to, you know, cut 10 million things out and edit it a bunch. You know, if you're prepared and you've got everything lined up, then you're going to be much more, it's going to flow a lot nicer. Another one is be very clear on your instructions. Like, again, having notes helps with that, to get all your points out correctly and just to do them without being confusing or jumping back and forth. Oh, wait, I forgot this. Oh, and then wait, you do this first. And then before that, you were supposed to do this. So do that and then this, like, to not jump back and forth like that. If you can keep the flow going because you've got everything planned out and you know it, like the order you're doing it in, that helps a lot with your video. I try to do that with my videos. Oh, excuse me. Another thing is keep it short, 3 minutes or less. If it's much more than 3 minutes, people really are not going to, they're not going to watch you if it's more than 3 minutes. So, yeah, try to keep it under 3 minutes. I see we have some more joining us here. My basic thing is start out with lighting. Lighting is super important. Obviously, this is not good lighting. Fluorescent lighting overhead in my spare bedroom. It's the only place I can hide and do this call here. So lighting facing a window during the daytime, diffused soft lighting is going to be your best. Lighting for videos. The angle, you want to keep it a little bit above you, kind of coming down, or level with you. You do not want to have it at an awkward upward angle, like shooting up at you. That's not going to be a good angle for anyone. I forgot to grab it. I have a little phone stand that I got from Target for like $5. I think Walmart has them too. It just clips on your phone, so that way you can set your phone exactly where you want it and keep it steady. That's a really good thing for making tutorials. The other thing I was just saying was to be prepared, have everything laid out, jot your key points down, have everything lined up in the order you're going to use it, kind of practice through once or twice, you know, your wording or the steps you're going to do so that you're prepared. And then keep it short, 3 minutes or less. You don't want it much longer than that. So if the video is a little bit longer than that, then, you know, use your video editing app to iMovie, Viva Video, whatever you use that to kind of speed up portions where maybe it's a repetitive thing that you're doing to kind of shorten the video. Let me see here. Yeah, also your background of your videos, you want nothing distracting. So, you know, if your kitchen's a mess and you're shooting your kitchen, try to, you know, clean up or at least hide the clutter for the video. If you're shooting your bathroom, you don't want, you know, dirty towels and clothes everywhere and all that in the background, and, you know, a counter full of stuff. So try to be aware of your background and don't have your video or your camera too far from you. Like about how far I am. You don't want a ton of dead space. You don't want to be really little in your video so that people can't see what you're doing. You want to be nice and close to the camera for that. So that helps quite a bit with that. So, okay, I'm trying to think here if there's anything more with tutorials. Can't think of anything else. Those are my main key points with tutorials. Lighting, background angle, being prepared, rehearsing, having all of your product ready to go in the order you're going to use it. That helps quite a bit. Are there any other questions? Anybody have any questions about making video tutorials? Okay. Another thing that helps when you're making tutorials is I have a mirror like this. something like this. I have, you can get these at Sally Beauty for like $3, but you can have that sitting, you know, like maybe like just off of your screen here. So that helps quite a bit, because then you're not trying to look in the computer and do it. You can kind of have like that mirror to have off to the side to, you know, be able to make your video a lot easier. And then, yeah, Viva Video is a really good app for editing tutorials. If you have Apple products, iMovie is excellent. You can look up on YouTube any questions you have. That's how I figured out how to do pretty much everything with video editing, making videos, all that. YouTube it. It will save your... Okay, so on tutorials, that's pretty much the key things there. Yeah, time is a big one. So like I said, try to speed it up. Oh, another thing that helps with time is if you have like half of it done. So if you're going to demo lashes, have half of it done. If you're going to do, other than if you're doing, you know, the foundation all over or something like that, but try to have half your face done so that you're just showing, you know, one brow, one eye with eyeshadow, that sort of thing. That helps to speed up your videos so that, you know, people need to see you do both eyes exactly the same. You know, if you're demoing a smoky eye, go ahead and do one completely, have everything lined up, then you get the practice in, and then, you know, just show the other side. Same with lashes. It takes a long time if you're showing both eyes, that sort of thing. So that will help you quite a bit on time frame to already have part of it done. Let's go over some tips with our makeup as far as applying and that sort of thing. I'm sure we all know the trick with taking the liquid foundation and either the powder puff or the blusher brush. Both work good for that, which I know the powder puff is currently on back order, and as far as I know the blusher is not. So you can promote that one just the same. It works really good too. So either one works. This one saves them a couple bucks since the powder puff's on back order. But yeah, putting a few drops on there and doing that helps your product go a long way. It gives you a really good finish. Also is a lot quicker to apply. When you use the blending buds, you want to get them damp first. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but some people might not. You want to get them damp first and then squeeze out all the excess water. Maybe take a paper towel or a hand towel and kind of get out the excess water so they're damp. That helps the product not to absorb in there and not waste a bunch of product. And also when you're using things like this to, say, do a highlight, contour, and blend in, you want to take these and you want to press and work the product in. You don't want to be swiping. You're just going to like rub stuff back off. So when you're using these, you want to really press it in. I like the little one for blending around my eyes and little spots. I like the big one for the rest of it. So yeah, those are my tips with those. You want them damp. Squeeze out the excess moisture. It works really good that way. Pressing in, not swiping of the product. The same goes with the shadows. I'll show you here on palette 3. With the shadows, you don't want to take it and then swipe it all over. When you take it, you want to work the product in. So you want to put it in like this, not like that, because you're going to get fallout and you're going to not get as vibrant of a product. So again, you want to do like that. You want to work the product in to where you're doing it. And same with blending. You're still going to do that same kind of pushing in motion with blending. Another good tip to use these palettes for liners. I'm sure some of you have tried it, but taking the liner brush and getting it wet with your rose water or tap water if you don't have rose water, but rose water works amazing for a liquid liner. Just getting your brush damp, taking the liner end and using like Irate or whatever color you want. If you want out of palette 1, the dark brown, whatever. But getting that wet, I'll show you here. Trying to not spray the baby in my lap. Okay, so you get that wet, and then using Irate for your liner. Actually gives a really nice, the lighting's not good in this to see, it's dark, but it's really like a creamy black liquid liner. That's one of my favorite new things I've discovered with this, is using the liner brush with rose water, and Irate makes like a perfect black eyeliner. You can get like the perfect line to do the cat eye. So if someone's looking for liquid liner, they can do the whole look with the palette, use that for liner, the liner shader brush, and rose water. That's an awesome little complete eye package there. So yeah, and it stays on really well when you do the liner brush with that. So let me get here. Another tip with the rose water, I'm actually really loving the rose water to use with the palettes, because I know we've mixed them with pigments, but I really like using the rose water with the palettes. So again, taking the rose water and on the sponge brush, the new eyeshadow brush, misting that with the rose water, and then applying the shadows makes them go on amazing, and they last really, really well. Makes the color even more vibrant than doing them dry. Of course, primer helps too, but the rose water I'm absolutely loving with the palettes and the sponge brush. So the liner brush and where did it just go? Yeah, liner brush and the it's on my computer. The liner brush and the sponge brush I really like to do with the rose water and the palettes. Let me show you guys a quick smoky eye look here. Okay, so I already have Elegant cream shadow on. I just did a quick look today. I know the lighting's not the best here to show you guys, but I'll make the best of it here. So one that I like to use is Cheeky. So here's my little way that I do a basic smoky eye that works with a lot of different eye shapes. You take your color and you do it, kind of come up here, and if you have a hooded eye, like to where you can't really see your lid, come up even a little bit, kind of make a fake crease above your regular crease. Like there's my crease. Go above that a little bit. Kind of go in here and then make a V. So like that, you kind of do your V shape here like that. And then I kind of fill that in a little bit, so you're almost making like a triangle. And I kind of point it here. So I kind of go here, and then here above it, and kind of blend it a little bit. So like that, and then I would take like Flippant here, and I go on the inside part of my eye here, and I kind of bring that up, and then flip to the other side. I kind of blend that back in. So see, there's a quick two-step smoky eye. Take your dark color here, go like that, kind of a V, bring it up a little bit, blend it. Take your lighter color in the inner half of the eye and kind of blend it and bring it on to there. And then you can take something like our the deluxe brush here, and you can kind of blend that line in, because you don't want a line, so you want to blend that in. And I usually will take something like a matte shade or highlight shade and kind of just go below the brow bone here to blend that in so that you get fully blended, because you don't want lines. But that is a really quick smoky eye. That's kind of my go-to. I look for either softer colors or smoky colors. So see, I can take, you know, just doing Elegant cream shadow today for a quick look, dab those colors over it and get a quick smoky eye. So that's one I like to show people when they get the palettes, because I have a lot of people that buy them and they're like, okay, now you're going to have to show me what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this. So I like to show them to take one of the darker colors and do that little V here and come up a little bit depending on their eye shape, blend it in, take the highlight shadow here, and then blend that into them. And you don't want to go up too high. You want to stop about, you want a good like finger underneath here, like about like that from your brow. You don't want to go up any higher. And take a softer brush to blend out that line. Blending is our friend with this to not get a crazy look with that. And then I like to finish, that's the look I like to finish with the liner brush and rose water and take Irate and do. I don't know if you guys can see it real well tonight, but I did Irate for my liner. A little hard to see with this light, I apologize. I have no good light in my house at night. So that would be my one. I think most of you know how to use the brow kit, but for those that don't, that are newer, I'll just go over that real quick. With the spoolie end here, you always want to comb your brow. I already have mine done, but I'll kind of give an idea here. You always want to comb it up and over, and then I start with the pencil, and I take it and I just fill in, like establish my line here. Same here, you want the arch to start like above your pupil, slight angle, that's where you want your arch to start. You want your brows to end right here, like from the corner of your eye in, and then from the corner of your eye out is where they should end. So there's where it should end, there's where it should end, there's where it should start, there's where it should arch, there's where it should end. So you can take your pencil and just do a gradual filling in your shape. Like I have very blonde eyebrows, so I establish the shape that I want, fill in, the length, because mine don't even go, they stop about right here. So I add some length to mine, just do little brush strokes, filling that in with the pencil. And then the brow gel, I know we've had people say, oh, it's dry, there's nothing on there. It's supposed to be pretty dry. There's nothing wrong with it. It won't even look like there's much on the brush. I take it and I put a little dab here, like that, and then I work it into my brows. I work it up and over, just like just work the mascara one in. So I kind of dab it there and then work it in. So that's how I do the brow kit. That's how I use it. Pretty simple. Trying to think if there's any other tips. I'm sure a lot of you know how to do a quick contour with bronzer. I like to take the bronzer and usually my blusher brush or powder brush, whatever you like. And a quick way to contour is basically to follow like here, below the cheekbone, and then here. So you're doing like a 3 shape here. So like that, to do a quick contour. Same on the other side, blend it in, and then sometimes I'll take like a skinnier brush, and I'll just do a little bronzer just along the side of my nose here, very lightly, and blend that in. So that's a quick way to do a contour with bronzer. And then I like to take our concealer, liquid concealer. So this is a really quick way to contour, is just to do the 3 shape here with your bronzer, blend that in really well, like put your base on of your color, and then that concealer, you just take a dot. I usually only take like 1 dot, put it on both fingers, and I go here, down, so you kind of make a triangle, and I get that inner corner of the eye, and then either blend with your fingers or with a blending bud to blend that in. I do that over top of my foundation for a highlight. If you want to skim match, you can do it underneath your foundation, whichever way you prefer. But for a highlight, I like to take the concealer and just do that, and then I'll dab a little concealer on like here, and like here, a little bit right there, and just blend that in, and then do the bronzer. And you can always dust a little powder to soften that if you like. But that's a really quick way to contour. That's kind of easy, not too crazy for everyone to attempt. When you're trying a new technique for a video, it's going to help you a lot if you just practice it once or twice before making the video. Or you can make the video, if it doesn't work out, just re-record it. But that kind of helps to practice it like once if you're going to do something that maybe is a little out of your comfort zone, something you haven't done before. That definitely helps to do that. So I think that covers most of what I had planned for tonight. Is there any other things you guys want to know that you want specifically? I think you're all muted, so you have to unmute yourself if you want to talk. But are there any other specific questions or things you guys wanted to know? Hey. Before we... Yes, he's my constant little companion here. So yeah, if anybody has any questions or any other things you'd like me to demonstrate, just speak up and let me know here. Hey. Okay. Say hi. I know you were sleeping, huh? Hey, you're okay. You're okay. What's the matter? Okay, so if no one has any more questions, I will wrap this up here, but I thought this would take a little longer. Yeah, if there's any other things you guys want demoed or have questions about, just let me know, and I can maybe make a quick video and do that when I have better lighting. The demoing part's a little hard with this lighting. But yeah, just let me know in the comments or in the team if anyone has any questions or anything like that. So I will see you all in there. You're welcome.